Okay, boys and girls, now I'm going to show you our painting center. This is where you get all your supplies if you're going to paint. Over here we have our drying rack. We have to be very, very careful with the drying rack because it is a very large piece of equipment and we should be very, very careful around it. What you do is you fill up the artwork in the first shelf, which is on the lower. Then you're going to put the second layer down, fill up the second layer, and then so on and so forth. I should never, ever, ever see anybody pulling down more than one of these at a time, and we should never be fighting over who gets to pull it down. If that becomes an issue, then I will just be here to monitor that. Okay, next to that we have our smocks. In order for you guys to paint, there's a list of materials that you must use. A smock is one of the first things you must put on before even grabbing any of your painting tools, because we don't want your clothes to get ruined. So the first thing you're going to do is put this over your head, and you can use the Velcros to secure it. You don't necessarily need to. You may also grab a t-shirt. In here is also a smock. When you're done painting, they go back in this bin. Make sure you push it down so none of them fall out. Over here we have our tempera paints. They're little cakes that you add water to. Above that is something new this year. We have some special paint. These are specialty tools that I will go over sometime later, like palette knives and scrapers and droppers and stuff like that. In the corner here, we have our watercolor paints. So in this tub here, if you open it up, you'll get your watercolor sets. And then in this pink bin back here, you have our liquid watercolors that you would pour into a palette. Then make sure this is securely on and put it back on top. We also have our color wheels to help you with your painting and color mixing. Then we have our mess mats. You must grab a mess mat in order to paint. You need a smock, tan bin, water bin, palette, sponge, paintbrush, mess mat, and your paint. Next to that, we have our liquid tempera paints. So they're like the tempera cakes, but they're liquid. These are pumps. We need to be extremely careful when we get ourselves our paint, and only give ourselves a small amount, like the size of your fingernail is the amount of paint you should grab. You could always come back for more, but we don't want to be wasting paint in the art studio. Next to that, we have our paintbrushes. They're all different types of paintbrushes, but they're organized by size. So you have big paintbrushes. The older paintbrushes are just the little older ones that we've used in the past. Medium is a medium-sized paintbrush, kind of like this. And then small is for little details in your paintings. And then we will put them back like so. They're nice and neat. Next to that, we have paper towels. Grab your paper towels. Grab your paper towels for cleanup. And then we also have palettes to put your paint in. Water cups to get your water from the sink in order to wash your brush off. And this bin will be to put your dirty paintbrush in at the end of class in order to clean it. And then additionally, we will have tan bins here set up so that you could carry all your supplies to your paint table. All right.